is up, Walking Dead fans? I'm Tommy from Z&D Comics, and welcome to my review of Season 5, Episode 3, Four Walls and a Roof. So I'm going to start off my non-spoiler review nice and quick. This episode was really good. This season so far is absolutely fantastic. I give this episode a 9 out of 10. You get some good closure at the end of this episode. Like I said, I don't want to spoil anything, but it's a really good episode, and the future looks really bright for the Walking Dead series. By far, probably going to be the most interesting season yet, with new things we haven't seen in the comics, plus old things that we did see in the comics that obviously everyone's really excited for, and that of course would be DC. So the group does move on after this episode, so that's definitely, like I said, with closure. We're going to be getting a bright future after this episode, so if you haven't seen it yet, then you're really going to be excited to want to watch the ending. People die in this season, or this episode specifically, and it's really awesome, so I really can't spoil anything. This is The Walking Dead. It's really hard to give you a review without spoiling anything, but I just want to tell you that it's a good episode. It deserves a 9 out of 10, and you gotta go watch it. So now I'm going to get into the spoilers, so if you haven't seen the episode, watch it and come back to this part of my review. So previous episode, we saw that Bob got taken and his leg was cut off by Gareth and the other 5 guys who we don't know their names, and basically this episode starts out probably like an hour after that, and they're near an elementary school. Zombies are taking over the elementary school, so they're just camping outside, and Gareth is doing his whole commentary, just talking to Bob, and Bob just starts laughing out of nowhere, and we realize that Bob was actually bit on the shoulder, so he was contaminated. So basically everyone who ate his meat, which was the 6 guys plus Gareth, are already probably going to die. I mean, they already ate contaminated meat, and they do die, all of them at the end of the episode, which was surprising because we do know that Gareth was supposedly going to be a season regular, so maybe they tricked us, so we didn't really have to, notice anything. So that was pretty cool. I mean, they're telling us he's going to be season regular, then all of a sudden he dies in, the 3rd episode, because obviously he's not a season regular. So we kind of knew he was going to die because he ate contaminated meat in, the very, first 10 minutes of the episode. But I gotta say, Bob's acting was probably the best I've ever seen it in this episode. The way he was just, almost happy to die. He wasn't happy to die, but he was just, smiling, so optimistic, you know what, it's all right. Sasha was just oh my god, why are you happy? You're dying, what the hell, you're just leaving me here, what a dick. So this episode was really good because it kind of ends the whole Hunter storyline, and it really did stick close to the comic. I thought this storyline was going to get stretched out, to be honest. I thought it was going to be a season long or something longer than that, but it actually is only a few episodes, about 3 episodes long, and it was pretty good because they added more to it than the comic book did. We didn't see as much as we did in the comic than we got to see in this TV show. So like I was saying with closure, I want to talk about the end of this episode. So we got to see Abraham, Eugene, Rosita, I think it was Maggie and Glenn, all of them take the bus to DC because they didn't feel like waiting for Carol and Daryl, and Daryl was just literally, they took the car out of nowhere to look for Beth. I mean, it wasn't instant oh my god, Beth's away, but it was kind of annoying because they literally showed up 6 hours after they left. If Abraham was just a little bit less stubborn to wait 6 hours, then they all would have been on the bus to DC. But now they're not, they're separated, and I don't know what's going to happen in the next episode because the preview was by far the most confusing and most interesting preview we've ever seen. It was actually, the big headline was, "Who took Beth?" And literally the preview showed us a city, an overlook of the city in a hospital room that just was a deserted city, and Beth was hooked up with an IV. She looked all clean, and everything looked clean in the hospital room. So someone took her to experiment her. Something huge is going on, and something that doesn't ring a bell from the comic book, so it's going to be pretty awesome to see what's going on. My guess is that she's in DC, and what something is going on with could be the Kingdom or something like that. And my also guess is in the next episode we're going to see Morgan come up with the group. And honestly, I mean, Daryl saw something happened with Daryl in the end of this episode that we probably won't get to find out till the next episode. So I mean, the DC storyline is right up ahead. I mean, now that the group is split up in 2, we're going to probably see the one group travel to DC, and then the other one try to find where Beth is. That's kind of the future where we're going, and it's interesting because we're so, no idea what's going to happen next. Where is Beth? Who the hell took Beth to a city? Because the closest city near him is probably, I guess it's DC or Atlanta. I mean, I really don't know. I mean, they're just going to have to go somewhere, and it's going to be such an adventure, and it's really exciting to see this. So I'm happy, and I can't wait to see what the next storyline is going to be like, because obviously not from the comic books, because in the comics, no one was just taken to a city, hooked up with IV cords, and all nurtured and everything. We did see some girl slap the crap out of Beth right before the preview ended. So maybe that girl's going to be the next big bad, like the governor or Negan or something like that. So honestly, this episode was really good. It had closure for the Hunter storyline, and it brought a bright future for what's going to happen next. So I give it a 9 out of 10. I want to hear your review in the comment section down below. And 2 questions for you. Not only what is your review, but 2, what do you think is going to happen next in The Walking Dead Season 5 Episode 4, which is going to be called Slab Town. I really don't know what that means, but something's big is going to happen. So it's probably maybe the city that Beth is hidden in. We don't really know yet. So anyway, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I'm Tommy from Indie Comics, and I'll see you guys in my next review.
Ready, aim, fire.